Hey guys, it is Monday here in West Virginia, so it's time for us to do our Mopar Monday. And it was going to be Movie Mopar Monday, but then I realized only one of the three cars I have for you guys is actually from a movie. The other two are from television. So we had to change it to Mopar Stars. But still, three cool cars we have for you today. And they're older releases. One dates back to 2009. It's copyrighted at 2008, but it's probably came out in 2009. This is a 71 Super B from the Speed Channel show American Muscle Car. And this show, I don't think, no longer airs on the Speed Channel. And they only showcased this car one time, so it was just like luck of the draw. This guy got lucky and had his car showcased on this show, which it definitely deserved it. It's a beautiful car, and a pretty rare car too. And on the package, just a Speed, and it says Series 3, so I'm guessing they did have a Speed Channel series, because I remember they had cars from the drag race show, Pinks, and then Pinks All Out. So I'm going to assume that it was a Speed Channel series for a while. Then they dropped that and started making their own series of like Meckham and Barrett Jackson. And then they started the Hollywood series and such things like that. So on the back of this, we'll take a look at the card. Shows a pic of, I can't see if it's a 383 or 440. It may say on the louvers on the hood, but I'm not sure. It doesn't say anything about the car, unfortunately. It just tells you about the show. The story of the most awesome cars ever to roll off Detroit's assembly lines continues on American Muscle Car. See Detroit's finest muscle machines in all their glory, telling their stories and sharing the joy of owning and restoring the most memorable and exciting cars ever created. Each half-hour showcases one legendary muscle car from the 50s, 60s, and 70s in the finest detail. And this one is from the 70s. And this is a car I've been after for a while. I finally found it at a decent price, and I snagged it up as soon as I could. Actually, I've been lucky, and I found some pretty good buys on the 71 Super B and RT from early releases, from early Greenlight releases, over the past, I don't know, 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So I've been grabbing them while I can. And this one here, you may have seen already in some pics on my Instagram, because as soon as I get them, I open them and pop them in my display. I can't wait, because sometimes it's weeks before I can get around to making videos on these. So anyways, let's go ahead and open this up. And as usual, I cut around the back edge so the back flips open like a door. That way, if you wanted to, you could reuse the packages to show, display them, or you can put them out on the shelf in a diorama like myself, or put them in a showcase like this Hot Wheels one in the background, whatever you'd like to do. But I cut my packages like that so I can reuse them if I wanted to and hang them on the wall. So anyways, this is when Greenlight's Super B was a Super B. They're 71 anyways. Now, if you've noticed the latest release, which came out, I don't know, 1 or 2 years ago, the advertisement series that they have of like the print of the original ad, and the car that's in the ad is the die cast that they make. Well, there's a orange 71 Super B with a white top, and beautiful car. I remember that advertisement from some old hot rod magazines and such. But they're die cast, and you really start looking at it, it looks fantastic until you really look at it close up. The doors are off, meaning they don't have the right doors. And I don't know why they did this, because as you can see, they got these flat, plain doors for the Super B or the SE, and they have the casting for the RT that has the 2 vertical louvers in the door. Or indents. They're not really louvers, they're just indents that's made to look like louvers. So I don't know why they did that with their latest Super B release. Unless the mold got broken or something, I can't explain or even know why they did what they did. But I was fortunate enough to get this one that is an actual Super B. And this is also one of the few 71 Dodge B bodies that they have made with this style hood insert. A lot of them are air grabbers, or they have the other louver hood. Actually, the four horizontal louvers, that one may be more popular with M2 than Greenlight, but I don't remember many Greenlights with this hood insert. The new Super B may have it, but I think it's got an air grabber. But anyways, this is the only one that I have with this hood insert out of the, I don't know, 13 or 14 71 Dodge B bodies that I have, the Chargers and the Super Bs. And the rest are either horizontal, four louver, or air grabbers. But this car looks awesome with the Magnum 500 style wheels. It's got open headlights, exposed headlights, I should say, no hideaways, and black vinyl top. And unfortunately, there's a few scuffs on the top from the plastic packaging and such, but it's okay. And trying to see if there's a number on the chassis. It looks like there is. I think 1591, something like that. This is when they were still low production of probably like 5,000 or less pieces. And this is when they still had the really wide tires for the Magnums. Later on, they started getting actual, more realistic, narrower tires on the Magnums, but they never did it with their Mopar rallies. I don't know why, but they did it with the Magnum 500s. So, fantastic looking car. And another issue I have with Greenlight is the super tiny engine. This one isn't so bad because the 71 Charger did have those extra long fenders where you had this huge amount of space in front of the motor. So this is a little more accurate, but the motor's still a little bit too small in my opinion. But still yet cool casting. Very happy to add it to the Mopar Mr. Norm diorama. And then I have this guy here. This is the actual movie car. And this is actually from Hollywood Series 1. And I picked up a few of these. I was going to open all three of them that I got and put them in my diorama, but I just don't have the room. So I opened one, and I have two extras. So if anybody is looking for these, I have a couple extras. They're both over 10,000 with the production. Like this one, I think is 10,367, something like that. And then this is 10,373. And then the one that I opened for the diorama, let me grab him, is also right in that area. They all probably came from the same case. 10,440. That's kind of cool, though. 440. Has the ending number. It's probably what engine is in the car. So, anyways, it's a 75 Dodge Monaco from Blues Brothers. And I had to get this for the diorama because Mr. Norm's was located in Chicago on the corner of Grand and Spalding. And even though this doesn't kind of go with the theme that I have going on right now of like summer of 1971, everything in the diorama is 71 or older besides this guy here. But hey, even if I got the correct blue and white one that they make, that Greenlight has in their Hot Pursuit series, it would be a 74. So it still wouldn't go 100% with my diorama layout, but this gives a lot of nostalgia with the Blues Brothers movie and such, so that's why I went with this one instead of the actual Chicago blue front, blue rear with the white doors. So this one just, I kind of think looks cooler in my Dio setup. Very nicely done car, heavy casting and such. Nice detail with the tail lights. And those are not painted. I don't think those are actually red acrylic tail light lenses. So pretty nice casting. I mean, these are big, and I hate to rip on a Mopar, but they are kind of an ugly car. But it is a cool casting though. So anyways, if you need one, let me know. I'll put the link to my eBay store with these in it. They're all listed on there, I think, for like 12 bucks, something like that. It's one of the cheapest prices on eBay. So, anyways, let's take a look at the last car. This came from a hit show, Supernatural, and their most iconic car is the four-door 67 Impala that these guys rode around in. So the Charger is one that I don't remember seeing often, but it was on there. And there's also a Chevelle, a Roadrunner, and a Mustang, and probably a few more muscle cars. A Challenger, I remember. I'd like to get the Challenger for our beat-up car diorama. It would go in that very well. So anyways, let's go ahead and get this guy off the card. And this came from Series 7. From 2014, probably 2015 it was released. That's what I forgot to show you. I did say this was Series 1 on this guy here. And this came to us in copyright 2011, so they probably gave this to us in 2012. It's like Hot Wheels anyways. Hot Wheels, usually the copyright is the production year, but they're usually released the year after. So, we're going to get this guy off the card. And I've cut the card the same way, but this one was a little bit harder to cut. I think I was using a dull knife or something. But anyways, this is the second time I've had this car. I had the Chase also, and the Chase is actually a really good looking car because it's just in the green machine in green, and it has the white tail stripe, tan interior. It actually looks really good on a 70 RT, and as you can see, it is correct with the door louver, I guess I would call it, or door scoop probably would be better, because that is a fiberglass piece that goes on the door. The only thing I don't like about their later 70 Chargers that they released, they neglected some detail on the bumpers. Like, they didn't paint the tops of them. As you can see, it's designed, it's hard to see on the black, but as you can see, there is a body line here where the fender meets the bumper, but the bumper top is not painted silver. And here should be silver also, but they didn't do that. So they neglected to do that, and this is another one with a little itty-bitty engine. So anyways, that's an easy fix with a Sharpie and some masking tape. I may do that. And this one actually, I know for the diecast purists probably don't want to hear this, but later when I do get a Mopar from M2, like the model kits that come with extra wheels, I am going to wheel swap this one and get rid of these aftermarket style, I don't know, they look like NASCAR wheels, and the big fat tires make it look like a NASCAR. I'm going to get rid of them and put on a set of either Magnum 500s or Mopar Rallies. Even still, black Steelies would look good on this car. But a really nicely detailed car. This is one of the finest 70s in 1/64th that we have available. I think it's the only 70 we have available. I think Greenlight's the only ones that make the 68 to 70 B-body, the second gen. Hot Wheels makes some. The Hot Wheels Fast and Furious one is nice, but it has the blower motor and stuff. But it is true to scale if you were ever wondering. And it has the hideaway headlights with the doors closed. Very cool car. And it is numbered at 5038. So guys, that is it for our Mopar Star Cars. And sorry about the dogs raising hell. But anyways, that's it for our Mopar Monday. I'll be back again tomorrow with a Truckin' Tuesday. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you tomorrow.